The neon sign out front said open, but it lied about the hour. 3 a.m. and the door swung wide for a man who'd lost his power to carry what was strapped against his spine since he was young. A debt that wasn't money, no, a debt with no real sum. I walked in past the threshold, trailing every borrowed line. Every minute someone gave me that I never could resign. The bartender looked up and said, "You're running long past due." I said, "I know it, brother, don't I always? Nothing new." There's a ledger in the back room that the bartender don't show, filled with every hour I borrowed and never known the road. My mother lent me patience on 1,000 ordinary days. My brother lent me courage when I couldn't find the way. She never asked for interest and never said a single word, just kept on giving past the point where giving got absurd. And I kept right on taking like a man who thinks he's old, the kind of love that costs the lender more than the road. I've been living on installments since the day that I was born, paying interest on a body getting little more warm. Every morning is a payment plan I didn't get to choose, and every evening's interest comes collected by the blues. Preacher said forgiveness was a debt that God forgave. I said that's fine for heaven, but the rent man don't behave the same forgiving way that the good book seems to claim. Down here the bill still comes regardless what we name. I met a woman once who said she'd give me all her time. I took it like a fool takes credit, never read the fine print at the bottom where it says that time's the one true cost that can't be paid back twice, however well the love was lost. She wanted some of it returned the way that lenders do. I'd already spent it on the nights I wasn't true, and when she came collecting I had nothing I could give, just an empty hand and the apology of a man who has to live. She packed her things on a Sunday with a quiet kind of grace, didn't slam a single door, didn't raise her voice or face, just said, "Earl, you spent what mattered like it never would run out, and now you're standing in the wreckage of the thing you spent without." I had a friend named Curtis lent me $40 once in spring. Said, don't worry about it, brother, that's the kind of thing friends bring. But $40 turned to silence when he needed me to show at his daughter's graduation, and I had somewhere else to go. I paid the 40 back in cash, but cash don't cover all of it. Some debts get paid in dollars and some never get to quit. Curtis still says hello kindly when we pass each other now, but there's a different kind of distance neither one of us knows how. The card game in the back room runs from midnight to first light, where men like me sit down and bet on borrowed kinds of right. I've never had the bankroll, but I always had the nerve to play a hand of consequence and hope the consequence would swerve. Old Moe's dealt the cards out like he's dealt them since the war. Said, son, you keep on playing debts you can't account for. I said, Mose, that's the only game that anybody's in. We're all just playing borrowed hands and praying we can win. He looked at me across the fell with eyes that knew the weight of every man who'd sat there testing out his borrowed faith. Said the house always collects eventually, that's the only rule. The only difference is in who walks out an honest fool.